Hey guys, JC Smith here. So this is the old railroad truck. This is an 07 F350 with a 5.4 and an automatic 2-wheel drive. We need to get the cab off, get the motor and transmission out, because we're going to be using it in the 07 F250 crew cab short bed. It was a V10, and we're going to be converting it to a 5.4. So if you don't know what that is, let me show you. Alright, this is it. It's an 05, 06, 07, I don't recall now. It's been a while since I bought it. I brought it up from the south. It's pretty rust free. It's got some dents here and there, but it's crew cab short bed 4-wheel drive. It was a V10 truck. I'm not putting the V10 back in it. The engine was bad, and it's already been removed. The transmission has been open like that for I have no idea how long, because this is the way I bought it. So I'm not going to trust the transmission. Power steering, the power steering gearbox. I can't tell if you can see it. Oh, there it is. It's been open all that time, so I have no idea if it's any good. The wiring harness here is chewed up. They pulled the motor out this way without pulling the core support, so they did some damage to the wiring, which we'll be changing. All the V10 wiring, the V10 ECM, everything to do with the V10 that is V10 specific will be removed. I have the hood for it. I'll have to get a battery. We're going to take everything we can off of the donor truck and put it into this one. So it's an XLT. It's power windows, power locks, air cruise, tilt, tinted windows. See how many wasp nests are in here. It's that tan interior. Radio's missing. I should have a radio. Pretty decent truck. My wife will have to do her cleanup on it, but you know, the body's in good shape except for some dents. So that's what we're working on. That's where we're at now. Alright, first thing we'll do is get the air cleaner out. This portion of it anyways, it's in rubber grommets. We're going to do everything under the hood first, which is going to be air cleaner, drain the antifreeze, which will start here in just a minute. The steering shaft comes loose. We'll take the master cylinder loose from the booster. Get all the engine harness and transmission harness loose here from the ECM. We'll take them off. We'll get right here, there's a battery cable that goes down the starter. We'll take that loose. The fan clutch and fan have to come off. The shroud has to come out at the same time.
So what are you doing now?
Taking the fan clutch off.
As much as it can be. You used your little tool there for it, huh?
Yep. Now in this case I need the radiator for the other truck. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drain the antifreeze, get it going, take the top radiator hose loose. Cooling system's all disconnected. While I'm over in this area, as I think of the things, there's a ground that comes from the back of the head and goes up underneath here. I have to get in here to get this. And then you got to make sure you pull this ground back down through so it lays on the engine, because it stays with the engine. You have to take the terminal loose here. Okay, now this is for the alternator, and it stays with the engine. This one goes to the body. It actually goes over to this side, and then this one goes down to the starter. So what I like to do, I kind of skipped a step here, but usually I just take the whole battery out, especially being a parts vehicle. Just take all that loose. Take that loose. Now there's a connector right here. It's right in here that holds this terminal on. This cable, it has to stay. This cable stays with the chassis. So everything you're doing is basically you have to think about the separation of body to chassis. Over here we have the starter cable right here. Can you see it? This is from the dash to the starter. That's got to come out. And then over here we've got a ground down in here. Okay, so I got this loose. This ground right here. And now we want to get this underneath the stuff that's going to stay with the body. So we'll just lay this stuff all down here. Drop that all down there. And we got AC pressure switch here. Got other AC plug here. Same thing with these. Get them on the other side. They're over there on the other side now. The AC system's discharged, so next we'll be taking the lines loose. I find it pretty easy to pop this line loose here. Much like that.
Oops.
And then take the other one right up here. So we'll do that. Now I'm going to go over here. And you got to start with this bank of connectors right here. The ones that stay with the chassis. These ones.
The red thing fell out.
Not sure which one it came out of. This one?
I think so.
Right there.
Oh.
Okay. These ones. This is like these get so full of dirt. A lot of times what I'll do is push them tighter, then hit the release, and then pull them apart. Like that. Okay, that's all that. Now, the next is this connector on the bottom. This is the redundant cruise control switch. You have to get this level switch off of here, which I usually need my screwdriver for that. Can't see what I'm doing. I'm a little backwards here. Let's see if I can feel it. There we go. This stays with the body. Okay, this is some more of the railroad crap that I'm just going to cut loose. So I'll grab my cutters. I don't care about this. I'm not reusing this stuff. I just come in here wherever they go, cut them one by one, even though the battery's out now. Okay, those stay with the cab. A bunch of extra wiring here that stays with the cab. I guess I misspoke. I need to get the lower radiator hose loose from the radiator. I'm going to do that when I do the transmission line. The master cylinder right here, and then the ABS bracket. ABS unit. You got two 10s here. You take these two 10s out and you loosen the bottom and it slides up and you can lay it in here. I usually do this after I've got the steering shaft out because that's a 13, I believe, down here. There you go.
I'll share.
So we take this loose here. Shove that up as far as I can so it's out of the way and doesn't get caught on anything. if this was Hydro Boost, I would take the unit loose from inside and take the pedal loose. But seeing how it's just vacuum assist, I'll have to get a bar in there to prop that loose. Sometimes these are sealed pretty well. I mean, they need to be, but sometimes they'll pop off real easy. Sometimes they won't. You'll hear it hiss. Hear it? There you go. First, you got to push on this little tab right here, and then it lets this cam lock come loose. This is going to stay with the body, this wiring, and the ABS unit is going to stay with the chassis. I don't usually take the brakes loose at all, not unless it's absolutely necessary. So when you leave the brake loose, it slides up, and you take the whole unit. Ready to lift. This is real agile, so it's not a big deal. It's not in the way. And then I start to do this. I start to look and make sure I got everything disconnected. I just start moving stuff around. Now when you're going to need to move on to, I'm pretty satisfied here. Now we're going to get the power steering lines disconnected. They come up through here and then go out through the back, so you can either pop it loose here and then take it loose at the cooler, or you can just take the whole cooler loose. Depends on how you want to do it. Okay, it's off. It's obvious those are fairly new exhaust manifold studs and exhaust manifolds, I think. It is a remanned engine. I'm trying to find a tag for it. You can see the solder seal here. They put those on there so if it overheats, that melts and falls off. AC compressor's been replaced. You can see the new sticker on it.
Here's a tag down here. Or is that the transmission?
That's the transmission.
Okay.
There's a tag right there. There it is, right there. I can't see who it is. It's definitely a reman. So is the transmission. So now that looks a little older, but none of them look broke. We'll see what it looks like when we get it out. So I think I'm just gonna take the exhaust loose at the converter, or right where after the Y pipe. Just lift the whole thing out.
Okay, now to get the frame out of the way. Guess I should move this block of wood. Came apart pretty quick.
Okay, so there's a Jasper tag where the transmission's been rebuilt, and there's the other tag that shows the engine's been rebuilt. All the exhaust manifold studs are in good shape. They're all there. It's got a new alternator, new AC compressor, newer tensioner. I think this manifold's been replaced. I decided to just take the whole Y pipe and all, just make it easier, because I'm gonna have the cab off the truck, so it'll be easier to set back in there. I don't think we're doing anything to this motor. It ran good, it sounded good, didn't have any issues, no check engine lights, so I think we're just gonna put it in the way it is. I don't see a need to do anything. Everything's in place. Of course, we'll change the oil once we get it in there, but okay, that's it for this one. It's out. So tomorrow we'll probably start on taking the other truck apart. So that's it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing, give us that thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments down below, and don't forget to hit that bell so you get notifications of new videos. Alright guys.